people occupy each square kilometer area of land? 320. Starting. Yes. So welcome to my channel. Today we are going to study about the population. Last class we studied about natural calamities and that. Today let us study about the population, migration, and settlement. Have you noticed the information regarding the population of India? Census is taken. CENSUS. Census. Taking of population is called census. Taking of population, number of people, how many are, is calculated, is found out. In 2011, there was the census. Information regarding population is got by census. Information regarding population is got by census. What is population? The number of people in a certain area during a certain time. The number of people in a region during a certain time, certain period of time is called population. There are different factors influencing the distribution of population. Different factors influencing the distribution of population. Population statistics are highly significant. Population statistics are important. It is useful for planning and for resource utilization. It is required. Census is to be taken and the population is to be known. Planning, for planning it is required. For planning and for resource utilization, it is important. Why census? For planning and resource utilization. The number of people, so population is the number of people dwelling at a place. Population is the number of people dwelling at a place. Population is the number of people dwelling at a place during a particular period of time. During a particular period of time. Population is the number of people dwelling at a place during a particular period of time. The number of people dwelling at a place during a particular period of time is called population. What is population? The number of people dwelling at a place during a particular period of time is called population. What is population? The number of people dwelling at a place during a particular period of time is called population. What is population? The number of people dwelling at a place during a particular period of time is called population. A country is known by its people because people are important. This is because the people who productively utilize the country's resources. It is the people who productively utilize the resources. The people of a country important because it is the people who utilize the resources of a country properly. They can utilize properly or improperly. It is the people that is important. A country is known by its people. The importance is for people. Why? This is because it is the people who productively utilize the country's resources and formulate policies. Policies are made. Who makes policies? The people make policies. The people of a country make policies. So people are important. Thus, the human resource is the real wealth of the nation. What is the real wealth of the nation? Human resource is the real wealth of the nation. More important than the resources. Resources, other resources are the population, that human beings. The human resource is the resource. There can be petroleum, coal, and minerals. More than all that, what is important is the human. The human resource is the real wealth of the nation. Why? This is because it is the people who productively utilize the country's resources. It is the people who productively utilize the country's resources. So, human resources is what is the resource? Efficient planning of developmental activities. Who does? The people. Efficient planning of developmental activities. Who does? The people does. Efficient planning of developmental activities by proper utilization of resources is possible by the people, resources and by people, and that is possible. Efficient utilization is possible only by analyzing the population without knowing how much population, each region, how much population. Without a study of the population, it is not possible to plan about the utilization of the resources. Only by analyzing the population related information of the country comes to use. It is required to analyze the population. So proper utilization of the resources possible only after studying the population. We have to know the number of people in a certain area during a particular period of time. We have to know that only based on that. It is the people who plan. It is the people who utilize the resources. So first of all, take the census and know about the population, and then only planning is possible. Without knowing about the population, planning is not possible. The resources cannot be utilized properly without knowing the population. Resources cannot be utilized properly without knowing the population in detail. So what did we study? We studied about the population. What is population? The number of people dwelling at a particular place. The number of people dwelling at a place during a particular period of time is called population. The number of people dwelling at a place during a particular period of time is called population. That we have to study. We have to study the population. Then know how to utilize the resources. Then we have to know how to utilize the resources. If the people are good, resources can be properly utilized. If not, they cannot be properly utilized. So then other resources that humans are important. The human resources is what is important there. So what resource is important? Human resource or other resources? Human resources. Because it is human resources that manage other resources. By knowing population, what all things are possible? By knowing the population, we can plan the food grain production. How much food grain is to be produced? How much food grain is to be produced? How to know it? How much is the population? Then know how much food grain is to be produced. Otherwise, won't be sufficient, or it may come excess. First, know the population. Then calculate how much food grain is to be produced. Then, job opportunities, employment opportunities. First, know the population. Then, we have to plan employment opportunities. How many persons without a job, ready to work without a job? Unemployed, how many? Then based on that, plan for job opportunities. Therefore, to plan job opportunities also, first of all, taking the population is required. For planning the food grains, population is required. For planning how much food grains to be produced, population is required. For finding the employment opportunities, also first population is to be found out. Have a clear cut idea about the population. Each region how much? Which regions are thinly populated? Which regions are thickly populated? Like that should be known. Then plan about the food grains that is to be produced. Then plan about employment opportunity. For starting the schools and all, how many children? What is the age of the children? Categorize them. Under each category, how many children? Based on that, educational planning is to be made. So for every and 16. Distribution of population. You know that everywhere population is not, distribution of population is not the same. Near river valleys, on the bank of rivers, highly populated. Mountainous areas, less population. Desert, less population. So the density of population is different in different places. That is, distribution of population is not even. Can you distinguish the regions having high concentration of population? Cities, there is high concentration of population. River banks, there is high concentration of population. And very low concentration of population also. In desert-like places, areas, less population is the distribution of population is poor, thinly populated. So some places are densely populated and some places are thinly populated. Which are the states having high population? Which are the states with a very low population? For example, Arunachal Pradesh is with very less population. And so they are mountainous, so the density of population is very low. Some states are with high population. Some states are with less population. You can look at the map and know the distribution of population and find out which states are thinly populated and which states are thickly populated. Let us compare the population map of India with the map showing the physical divisions of India. Compare the map which shows the physical divisions of India. Population is highly concentrated in northern plains of India. Why? Rivers are there. The Ganges, the Brahmaputra, the Indus, etc. are very big rivers. And much of the population is in the bank of those rivers. Earlier civilizations, cities were formed in the river valley civilization. You have heard about the Indus Valley civilization. Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, etc. Ancient cities where there was very dense population. The population is largely concentrated in the northern plains of India because they are river valleys. Throughout the peninsular plateau, what is peninsular plateau? The South Indian triangular portion is the peninsular plateau. Is a big land surrounded three sides by water. All the four sides surrounded by water, island. And three sides surrounded by water is peninsula. The South India is a peninsula, peninsular India. West, the Arabian Sea. East, the Bay of Bengal. South, the Indian Ocean. And north, our India, Middle India, and North India. So peninsular India, that is peninsula, that is South Indian region. Throughout the peninsular plateau means what? Raised tableland. That is, it is at a little height from the sea level, but the top is almost even. Not hilly, not mountain. Top is flat. The Deccan Plateau, that is the biggest plateau in India. The Deccan Plateau. Throughout the peninsular plateau. So the Deccan Plateau is here mainly called the peninsular plateau. Throughout the peninsular plateau, the population is moderate. Means not thickly populated as in North India. This is because of the lack of conditions favoring agriculture as well as inaccessibility. In the peninsular plateau, the soil is not fertile. The agriculture is not as successful as in North India. In North India, the river valley is very fertile, but in South India, but in the peninsular India, it is not very fertile. So, the population is comparatively lesser than that in North India. Another reason is the difficulty for accessibility. To move from one place to the other in South India is more difficult than in North India. In North India, there is more accessibility. So as there is more accessibility in North India, the population in North India is higher than the population in South India. The development in transport and communication also accelerated this. In the North Indian region, there is considerable development in transport and communication. So where is more facility for transport and communication, North India or South India? It is North India. There is more facility in transport and communication. So because of these reasons, what are the factors? Fertile soil is better transport and communication facilities in North India. Because of these reasons, population in the North India is fairly high. Now, let us consider the population in mountainous region. Mountain region How? Population density. What is the pattern of population in my mountainous states? Why? Now, you might have understood the influence of physiography. The influence of physiography in the distribution of population. Physiography is a factor which has influence in the distribution of population. Let us see what factors influence the distribution. What factors influence the distribution of population in mountainous regions? Factors influencing the distribution of population. Let us study the factors influencing the distribution of population. Availability of water. That is an important factor. When we buy a land and going to make a house, first of all, we will ask water available or not. What sort of water is available? Salt water, we don't like it. Saline water, we don't like it. We have to get fresh water. And also there is another thing. Lather should be formed with the soap. When washing also hard water is there, so much soap is to be used and the soap will be wasted. When soft water is available, soap will make lather with it. Such water is good for washing. So we first of all know about the quality of water that is available there. Water should not be polluted. Availability of water. Another thing, physiography. How is the surface? Even or uneven or mountainous, whether plains, ascents and descents. The physiography is another thing. Then another factor is land industrialization. Industrialization, industrialization. 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 Whether industries are there, factories are there or not. People like to live in industrialized places because there is job opportunity. They can get a job in those industries. Another thing we don't like to live there, air will be polluted, water will be polluted. But mainly what people want is to get a job. Although polluted, they prefer to get a job for their bread. In short, industrialized areas are prone to be highly populated. Industrialization. Then climate, very hot climate or very cold climate we cannot tolerate. Very good climate is there, we like it. So people live in the places where the climate is good. Very high temperature we can tolerate. Very low temperature we cannot tolerate. Moderate temperature is what we like. So where the climate is good, people will gather and live there. Urbanization. URBAN, urban. URBANIZATION, urbanization. That is towns and cities formation. People live in villages. When industries are formed, people will move to urban areas. Urban areas, all the conveniences are there. Although thickly populated, there will be electricity and other transport facilities. Bus stations, railway stations, aerodromes, etc. will be there. So people prefer to live in urbanized areas. Land cost is also high in urbanized areas. People like to go to urbanized areas from villages. Urbanization. Then minerals, another thing. Good minerals are there, people live there. For example, Mysore, Kolar and region and all, gold is there, the gold industry live there. In other places, Godavari region, there is coal mining and people like to live there to get work in coal mining places. What's the minerals? When minerals are there, people like to live there. Bhilai, Rourkela, Jamshedpur, such places, there is iron ore and there people like to live because they can get the mining places. In the mines, they can get a job. Minerals. Then soils. If the soil is good, people can conduct cultivation. Agriculture is possible only in places where good soil is there. Soil is not fertile, people cannot do agriculture. So they do not want to live in places where poor soil is there. Where there is good soil, people live in large number in those places. Discuss and make notes on how each of the above mentioned factors influences the distribution of population. We have somewhat discussed it about the different factors given which influence the distribution of population. The total land area of India is about 3.28 million square kilometers. India total how much area? Total India how many square kilometers? 3.28. The area of total India is 3.28 million square kilometers. That is about 2.5% of the total land area of the world. Total world, the land. How much is there? Total land area of the world, how much is there? It's 2.5% is India. If 100 it is total world, land area, India 2.8 comes. 2.8, no, 2.5, 2.5% of the total land area of the world. 2.5% of the total land area of the world. So India is a bulky country. The size is big. But India accommodates 17.5% of the total population of the world. But the population is high. Of the land area, 2.5% only, but the population 7.5% of total population of the world. 17.5% of the total population of the world. So India is highly populated, more populated than the area is. India is more populated than the area for which there should be population. The area for which there the population is expected, more than that is the population of India, because 2.5% of the total land area of the world, but the population is not 2.5% of the total land area of the world. The population is, instead of 2.5% itself somewhat coming, it is 17.5% of the total population of the world. From this, it can be estimated that 328 people occupy each square kilometer area of land. 328 persons occupy each square kilometer area of the land. 1 square kilometer of the land, 328 persons. How much it is? 1 kilometer side, a square. 1 kilometer side. Somewhat big area it is. There, 328 persons occupy in 1 square kilometer. As an average, in every square kilometer, 328 persons occupy. This is the density of population of India. What is the density of population of India? Here, 328 persons per square kilometer. What is the density of population of India? How much is the density of population of India? 328 persons per square kilometer. The density of population of India is 328 persons per square kilometer. The average population of every square kilometer is called as density of population. What is the density of population? The average population of every square kilometer is called the density of population. That is the number of persons. As an average, the number of persons per square kilometer is called the density of population. The density of population is calculated on two things. The numerator is the number of persons, 328, and the denominator is the area. Here the area is 1 square kilometer. Numerator 328, the number of persons. Denominator square kilometer. 1 square kilometer is the denominator. 328 persons per square kilometer. Density of population in India equal to 328 persons per square kilometer. Density of population can be calculated by dividing the total population by the total land area. How to calculate the density of population? Take what is the total population in India? That as numerator. And the total area of India, that's denominator. So by cutting and simplifying, we will get it. That is the density of population. The density of population in India is 328 per square kilometer. The density of population of China is less than that of India. Population of China is greater, but the density is lesser. Why? China more area than India. The density of population of China is less than that of India, even though China is the most populous country. Which is the most populous country in the world? China. Highest population in China. But density of population, not China. Compared to the density of population of China and India, the density of population is greater in India than in China. The reason is that there is more area in China. Compared to China, there is less area for India. In short, in India, people are crowded. In China, people are not crowded. Enough space. Free there, enough space. In India, not that much space. In India, 328 persons only per square kilometer. There are 328 persons per square kilometer in India, but in China, less than that only. So they are free than us to move about and to live and to breathe. In India, in 1 square kilometer, 328 persons. In China, less than that only. For every square kilometer, less than that only. India stands third in population density after Bangladesh and Japan. Now, let us again study about population density, not population. Population density. Population density in which country more, India or China? India. Not a population that is asked. Population density is asked. So, India and China, which one first comes to density of population? India. India stands third in population density after Bangladesh and Japan. Bangladesh density very high. Japan also density very high. India also density high. After Bangladesh and Japan only India. In density of population, first comes Bangladesh and Japan. After that, third place for India and fourth place for China. In density of population, India comes third, and first and second goes to Japan, Bangladesh and Japan. There is wide regional variation in the density of population within India. In India itself, everywhere the population density is not the same. different places, different population density. In Arunachal Pradesh, for example, the population density is very low. But in our cities, population density is high. Arunachal Pradesh, like mountainous places, the population density is very low. So in India itself, population density is different in different places. There is variation in the population density. As per the census 2011, Arunachal Pradesh with just 17 persons per square kilometer, persons only. 17 persons only in Arunachal Pradesh per square kilometer. Still only. There is enough place. Persons failure. So the least density of population in India where Arunachal Pradesh. In Arunachal Pradesh, the density of population is very less. Just 17 persons per square kilometer is the least density. Is the least densely populated. The least densely populated where? Arunachal Pradesh, 17 persons only per square kilometer. Per square kilometer, 17 persons. 17 persons per square kilometer. And Delhi, what? 11,297 persons per square kilometer. So near that we will touch another person. No gap, no place to breathe. Full of people. Delhi, 11,297 persons per square kilometer. That much people in इकट्ठा करते living, just close to what we are living. 11,297 persons per square kilometer in Delhi. Is the most densely populated. So see the difference. Delhi, 11,297 persons per square kilometer. While Arunachal Pradesh, 17 persons only per square kilometer. So the most densely populated place in India, Delhi. Among states, Bihar, 11,002 is the most densely populated. Kerala is densely populated, but more densely populated is Bihar. Among the states which is the most densely populated state, Bihar. Bihar is the most densely populated state. Don't think that it is Kerala. More population, more density of population in Bihar. Bihar, 1,102 is the most densely populated. So much people there. Poor people mostly. It's also most of poor people. Bihar, very crowded place. 1,102 is among the states. 1,102 is most densely populated state, Bihar. Most densely populated we can think Delhi, 11,297. But Bihar 1,100. Very densely populated Bihar. But 1/10 of that comes. In Delhi, 10 times, about 10 times than that of Bihar. So Bihar is a crowded place, densely populated place. Bihar, among states, Bihar is the most densely populated among states. What may be the cause of high density of population in Delhi? Delhi, this much population, why? Observe the map and get to know the state-wise population density in India. State-wise population density. Bihar, shown in red color. Delhi, a small dot-like area, spot-like area. Delhi, red color. Population density where high in the map red is given. Delhi, that short area, a spotlight you see in the map, most densely populated. So Bihar, out of the state Bihar, then which are Kerala, densely populated. After Bihar, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, densely populated. West Bengal, densely populated. So the densely populated places, let us see. Delhi, Bihar, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal. Bihar, West Bengal. Delhi, Bihar, West Bengal, densely populated place. Delhi, Bihar, West Bengal, Kerala, Tamil Nadu. And the least densely populated given in green color, Arunachal Pradesh, green color. Jammu and Kashmir, mountainous places full of ice and it is green color. So the least populated places, Arunachal Pradesh, least density of population, not a population, the least density of population, Arunachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir, you have to be looking at the map. Himachal Pradesh, Chandigarh, Uttaranchal, Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttaranchal, of mountainous areas. Then the Rajasthan, less density of population, very less density of population, because it is desert. Then Madhya Pradesh, less densely populated, Madhya Pradesh. And from Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh was formed. Chhattisgarh also, once it was part of Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. Chhattisgarh so much forest standard. Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, less density of population. What about Punjab, Uttar Pradesh and then? So, but average density of population. Not poor, not very poor, because there is the rivers, the Ganga, the Ganges flowing, Gangetic region.